Next on Investigative Report. Employee burnout in the fast food industry. As Americans, we often find ourselves captivated by the tantalizing flavors of fast food. The irresistible crunch of fries, the melty goodness of hot pizza, and the delightful crispness of fried chicken create a culinary symphony that keeps us returning for more. Yet beneath this tempting facade lies a troubling reality: the ongoing struggle of fast food employees facing burnout. And now, employee burnout in the fast food industry.
Many people may not realize that out of 11 employees in the fast food industry, at least 7 are struggling with burnout, and they are looking for new jobs. This industry has one of the highest employee turnover rates in America, even higher than jobs like first responders and military personnel. Now, the numbers show that for every 30 people hired, about 20 leave feeling unhappy and frustrated. It's the largest number we have in this country. Now, these employees often wonder if the sacrifice they make, like missing time with their families, are truly worth it. But when we are hungry, we often overlook this sad reality. Our eating habits tend to reflect the most stressful parts of our day, especially when we are low on energy.
You're watching MNN, the men's channel. Imagine for me, if you will, the morning commute. Drivers get stuck in traffic, worrying about the time, and look for quick breakfast options while ignoring their own nutritional needs and the needs of the people serving them. At lunchtime, many rush through their meals, opting for takeout and eating without enjoying their food. When evening comes, the chaos continues. We wait anxiously in long drive-through lines. Despite the stress around mealtimes, we wrongly believe eating quickly will improve our health, not realizing the true cost of fast food, both for ourselves and for the workers. What does this hectic lifestyle mean for fast food workers? It means a lot. In our rush, we often pass on our own stress to those trying to meet our needs. These hardworking individuals face their own challenges, but must put on a happy face, greeting us with,
"Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please?"
all while hiding their true struggles. Now, instead of being thankful, we might complain or lash out, adding to their burdens when they need support. Fast food workers are not just part of our dining experience. They also represent the cheerful employees seen in those commercials. They symbolize the ideal that many customers look for. Political campaigns often use them as symbols in their messaging, connecting with the everyday man and woman. One significant day, Donald J. Trump, who later became president, walked into a busy McDonald's. He tried to connect with the voters by acting like a fast food worker. He worked at the fry station and served customers, but he missed an important chance to understand the lives of these workers. He could have learned a lot from fast food employees in that busy environment. They deal with challenging customers and keep up with the fast pace of service, and their experiences could have been valuable for his campaign. However, as the next election approaches, this moment might encourage fast food workers. For now, a reasonable work schedule, a living wage, and a happy customer can ease the burdens on these tired workers. An employee's exhaustion may not be obvious, but it can lead to a lack of enthusiasm that affects the entire team. When morale is low, staff can need to be replaced or moved around to break the cycle of dissatisfaction.
Many fast food workers have felt disconnected since the rise in the takeover orders during the pandemic. And this shift forced them to rely on delivery services and ghost kitchens, which often left them without jobs until things got better. Now, when the pandemic eased, many workers decided to leave the industry completely. For them, it made sense to step away when facing the constant demands of fast food business and our constant demands. Now, as the demand for fast food has surged, workers find themselves in high demand these days. At the same time, many restaurants are facing staffing shortages, worsened by companies focused solely on what we could call profit. But profit, just for the sake of the corporation, is not their only aim. These corporations care more about making money for their stockholders than about for the well-being of their employees or helping them grow.
You're watching MNN, the Men's Channel.
Fast food workers often face a tough and busy work environment. Their daily routines can seem endless. This struggle is similar to that of postal workers who deal with challenging weather, rain, sleet, ice, what have you. So these workers work in freezing temperatures getting to work, heavy rain, and strong winds. They rely on public transportation, which can be unreliable during storms, or they run the risk of using old vehicles just to make it to their shifts on time.
Once fast food workers arrive for their shifts in inclement weather, they often find that they might not be needed. This can mean being sent home early, which feels discouraging. It's frustrating for them to see their time and effort dismissed so easily as their pay. Sometimes workers are unexpectedly asked to do a double shift because a colleague didn't show up. These last-minute requests can disrupt their plans and make them feel undervalued. Such demands add to their stress and can take a toll on their vehicles, which endure constant travel and unexpected tasks. Think about delivery workers, whether they're delivering pizzas or food from apps like DoorDash or Uber Eats. They may start with a new vehicle, but over the years of hard work, that vehicle begins to wear down very quickly. Even though these workers are dedicated, the delivery companies often pay low wages that don't cover the cost of maintaining their vehicles. Necessary repairs like fixing brakes, engine issues, and transmission problems are often ignored. When their vehicle breaks down, the pressure increases. They are expected to return to work the next day without considering the conditions of their vehicle. This problem forces them to choose between their financial needs and their safety on the road. The fast food industry often seems to choose its workers rather than the other way around. People take these jobs for various reasons, often to escape difficult situations. Many view these jobs as essential steps forward towards a better opportunity in life. However, what starts out as hopeful experience often turns into a tough reality. Workers often find that fast food wages are not enough. This makes it hard for them to keep their aging vehicles running and to handle rising fuel costs. Simply getting to work becomes a heavy burden, making their lives even more challenging. You're watching MNN, the Men's Channel.
A friend of mine many years ago who managed a McDonald's in the 1990s during a recession, he said, to hire older workers. When I asked why, he said that older workers are calmer and better at handling the pressures of fast food job pays. He also noted that during tough economic times, which he was in the 90s, he received many applications from experienced professionals, often with college degrees, even up to a doctorate degree. There were just no jobs and people were being fired every day. These workers had lost their jobs and were looking for any work they could find. This situation allowed him to hire skilled workers without paying high wages. And you know it's sad when you get somebody with a doctorate degree for McDonald's jobs, but they had nothing at the time. At this point in life, many people with my level of education often avoid fast food jobs. However, some of us take them out of necessity. The job market can be harsh, leaving many without a stable retirement plan and facing the risk of unemployment before retirement at their particular age. As a result, McDonald's often rely on young workers, some still in their teens, who need parental consent to work. This reliance on young employees reflects larger economic issues, as and shows how uncertain their job situations can be.
You're watching MNN, the men's channel. In the fast food industry, many employees who are parents sacrifice a lot to create a better future for their children. Sadly, many of these workers feel they must keep working even when they are sick or don't have enough to eat, which puts their health and the safety of customers at risk. Every month, many hardworking fast food families struggle to pay their rent and often ask their landlords for extensions on overdue payments. While they may get a temporary break from paying rent, they often face other financial pressures. They may need to manage car loans, cut their meals to essentials, or skip groceries entirely. In a world where even basic food can feel like a luxury, these sacrifices show the tough challenges faced by fast food workers. A 2013 study from the University of California at Berkeley found that 52% of families of frontline fast food workers rely on public assistance programs, compared to 25% of the general workforce. This support costs taxpayers nearly $7 billion each year, revealing that the U.S. government and its citizens are paying for low wages given to overworked employees. Because of the financial strain, many fast food workers turn to local charities for help, including soup kitchens and food pantries. These places assist not only the workers, but also their families, highlighting the serious challenges that lead them to seek help from the community they serve. Many workers find it hard to achieve financial stability because they have to make high monthly payments to payday loans and title loan companies. They often become trapped in a cycle of debt that is more than their monthly earnings, forcing them to reapply for these loans each month. This cycle deepens their financial issues and makes it hard to gain financial security. A recent report by Fast Food Justice Ahura, which studies labor issues in California, shows the harsh realities faced by fast food employees. The report reminds us of the struggles of those trying to overcome poverty while working low-paying jobs. It reveals that in California, 1 out of every 17 homeless individuals works in fast food, and 1 out of every 9 workers in the homeless population is in the industry. Furthermore, confirming these findings, a report by the Economic Roundtable shows how the fast food industry affects California's homelessness population. It states that 11% of all unhoused workers in California work in fast food. In Los Angeles County, 9% of homeless workers are in the fast food labor force. In the city of Los Angeles, 8% of homeless workers earn their living in fast food jobs. These numbers highlight the connections between low-wage jobs and homelessness, emphasizing the urgent need for changes in labor practices.
The term homeless includes many different situations, not just a common idea people have. It refers to individuals who sleep on friends' couches, known as couch surfers. It also includes those who live in homeless shelters, sleep in tents in the woods, or look for a dry place to stay under the bridge during rain. Each situation shows a variety of experience people face when they do not have a stable place to call home. You might wonder how someone without a home can get a job in fast food. It's possible. The first step is getting a stable address, which local homeless shelters can provide. Fast food managers often see homelessness as a challenge that they can work with, especially since fewer people are willing to take on the job and the demands of fast food. Now, cleanliness and personal care are not impossible hurdles for the workers. The many shelters offer daily showers, and individuals can get affordable gym memberships like those from Planet Fitness, starting at just about $15 a month, which also include showers. So as long as a person gets clean and have a place to wash and dry their uniform, you can't tell where they come from. You cannot tell who is making your burgers. And before their shifts, these workers can relax in public places like public libraries. These spaces help them escape the summer heat or find warmth in winter. They can blend in easily with the average fast food worker to an untrained eye. Now, sadly, many overlook the struggles and strengths of those behind the counter. They often ignore the challenges faced by both homeless and housed employees.
You're watching MNN, the men's channel.
When it comes to customers, a serious problem can arise. Just as there are good and bad employees, there are also good and bad customers. Conflict can escalate quickly when a frustrated customer meets an overworked fast food employee who feels underappreciated and undervalued. The emotional clash between these two can lead to explosive confrontations. Many real-life incidents show how a simple misunderstanding about a delayed meal, fries, no ketchup packet, can turn chaotic. Now, what starts as a minor issue can quickly become a dramatic scene driven by frustration and impatience. One troubling example from last year shows this clearly. A customer violently attacked a teenage employee at McDonald's. The customer dragged her out of the restaurant by her hair and stomped her while she was on the ground. As a result, she suffered a concussion, a fractured skull, and damage to her frontal lobe.
This recent act of violence raises the question of who could commit such an offense. 25-year-old Johnny Ricks was at the center of a chaotic scene. After a fun night out, he joined a loud group of friends. Their rising tension escalated from the drive-thru to inside the restaurant, creating an atmosphere filled with anger and excitement. This excitement attracted the attention of everyone in the establishment. When Ricks entered the crowded restaurant, his frustration was evident. Witnesses observed him looking upset as he approached the counter to place his order. In a sudden outburst, he hurled a plastic tray at the electronic menu board, shattering the screen and rendering it useless. The restaurant staff, taken aback by his behavior, instructed him to leave. Incidents like this occur frequently. Every day, police are called to fast food restaurants across the country as tensions rise between customers and staff. The National Employment Law Project highlights this troubling trend, showing a significant increase in assaults against workers that impacts these workplaces. In January 2019, a 16-year-old employee at the McDonald's in Camden, South Carolina, was working at a drive-thru when a customer, unhappy with the wait for fries, argued with her and threw hot coffee in her face. That same month in Phoenix, Arizona, another customer threatened a McDonald's worker with a shotgun because he did not receive hot sauce with his order. In St. Petersburg, Florida, a different customer was charged with battery for reaching over the counter and grabbing an employee due to an insufficient number of straws. Later that month in Omaha, Nebraska, workers faced a gunman who demanded cash from the register. This was the store's second robbery in 6 weeks. In April, a 19-year-old worker at McDonald's in Des Moines, Iowa was stabbed by two customers, angry over an $11 order when the employee stepped outside for a break. You're watching MNN, the men's channel.
But what of you? Imagine stepping into a busy workplace where time is tight and the pressure is high. During your shift, you must prepare around 600 meals for minimum wage. This job is tough, and every day brings challenges. Sometimes customers get angry, hurling insults, or even threatening you. It's a harsh reality. It's a harsh reality of the job, making you question how long you can keep going in such an environment. However, I am not naive. I realize it's important to remember that not all employees are perfect in these situations. Frustrations can build up, and sometimes staff respond to customers with anger. This shows the strain both sides face in a fast-paced setting. Now, just to get a simple order like a Happy Meal with extra ketchup. So the next time you enjoy a burger at McDonald's, or chicken at KFC, or Taco Bell, think about being kind to an employee serving you. By chance, it could be you behind that counter, handling rush orders and deadlines at the worst of 3 times a day. Many of you likely worked in similar jobs at some point in your life. A lot of people worked at McDonald's. A great deal of American society has worked through McDonald's. Let's keep this in mind and appreciate the hard work they do for us every day. For Investigative Report, this is Charles Rivers. Good night.